Hi, everybody. It is October 1st, so I'm doing my September update now. I hope you guys have had a wonderful September. I am checking in from Togiak, Alaska, where I'm starting my first year of teaching in the Great White North. It is beautiful here. Today was a really rainy day, so there's gray clouds, but I can still see the shore of the Pacific Ocean. I can still see the beautiful mountains on the other side of the city, or town, excuse me, and I'm very happy to be here. So I just finished talking to a friend in the hallway who touched my afro, so I'm a little bit distracted, but I'm gonna try to give you a summary of the last month um, as best I can and focus. So you can see the scars on my skin. One of my students had a little bit of the same patch today where you go to scratch your nose and you accidentally peel off a layer of skin. I didn't realize that could happen just by scratching with your fingernail. But yeah, that happened and it's healing. Fortunately, it's almost completely healed, but you can see a little dark scar there. So my mask hides it, but it doesn't really help with healing it. So I'm doing a pretty regular routine of green tea, bamboo, facial scrub, and I have a detox mask, and I'll use some apple cider vinegar as a toner, and then put on some vitamin E oil or some coconut oil, and be able to really rest my skin and help it try to heal. That is helping, but I have a skincare line for melanated skin called Butter, I think, on the way. So I'll be able to tell you guys if that makes a difference, and you'll be able to see how that makes a difference next month. Um, Other things about living here. Let me start at housing since we're talking about things about living here. So I got here and I was taken to my apartment. It's a lovely teacher housing apartment in the region that is about an 8-minute walk from the school. So I love it. I get to get back to my pedestrian lifestyle. I can take the school truck to town to get my things from the post office and go grocery shopping if I need to. But I can walk back and forth between home and school, and that's perfect because I can drop that quarantine 15 and get back in healthy shape, because right now I definitely feel out of out of sorts. Like my body is not really my body, if that makes sense. It's not my own, feels foreign. But yeah, that's working off. My home is a lovely little apartment. It has a bit of a window leak. We're working on fixing that hopefully soon. I hopefully also will have some blinds for that kitchen window soon. Um, it's really nice amount of space. It's got heat, it's got indoor plumbing. I'm good. Electricity. I have been having a lot of congestion and sinus pressure and stuff because the last couple tenants had pets. So there's pet dander and hair all over the place that I keep trying to clean out, but I haven't gotten all of it yet. So waking up with red, itchy eyes, puffy, swollen face, all that stuff has been a challenge day to day, feeling extra tired just because of the allergy symptoms. Um, but I'm going to do my best to try to clean out the rest of what they left by the end of this month so that I can really feel energized and at my best as I come in and teach throughout the rest of the school year. And I'm grateful for teacher housing here because it is cheaper than my Memphis rent in my apartment that I paid for and lived on my own there, but I'm making twice as much as I made in Memphis. So I'm really able to save money, and I will be able to pay off all of my debts by the end of this school year, all credit card debt, student loan debt, and be debt free. And I'm really excited about that. What else? Let's get to that part, the work that they're paying me all that money for. I get to teach an awesome group of third graders. They are very funny, they are very silly, but they are not very ready for all that third grade entails yet. And that is mostly because they've been out of school for half a year instead of just 2 months. So we are getting back into the habit of being in a classroom, listening carefully, following directions, working together. That takes up most of my energy throughout the day, kind of dealing with repeating the directions right now so that I don't have to do it later on, and teaching the students that there are consequences or penalties to not following the directions the first time. So for example, if I ask them to pull out these two things, a textbook and a notebook, and they only pull out one, we lose points for having to wait for them to pull out the correct thing later once they realize it. We lose free time in recess and PE, and those logical consequences of wasting time and losing time in other areas will hopefully help us to get to a consistent place of listening better the first time, or understanding there are going to be consequences when we make the choice to not listen. So we're working on that right now. We're 2.5 weeks in, so it's not perfect, but it will get there. Every class I've ever taught needs these first few weeks to get it. And once they've got it, the majority of them really run with it, and they thrive because they know what to do and they know how to get things done instead of feeling like uncertain about what to do and how to succeed. What else? I have some coworkers that I get to collaborate with in the classroom. We aren't really at the collaboration place as much as I hope to be soon, but I think that that has a lot to do with getting to know how the lead teacher teaches and leads, and also not really wanting to come in and take over someone else's space. So kind of being patient with people who don't really ask how they can help, but kind of wait for someone to lead and provide information. That's not my style or my personality type. So the energy that it takes to communicate and figure each other out and make sure that everybody's on the same page and everyone understands the best way to communicate with each other is being invested now to hopefully pay off later. Um, I am really grateful because I have specific students with special needs that I'm really glad they have more than one teacher, sometimes more than two teachers in the room, able to help them between me, the paraprofessionals, and the teacher's aides. Um, what else? Yeah, the conduct system that the school uses, apparently I'm doing something a little bit different with it. The way that the school uses reading mastery, this reading material that I actually started learning to use in Memphis, I'm doing it differently. I'm doing it the way that I was taught in Memphis. So there's a lot of, you're not really doing it the right way because I'm not doing it the traditional way that they've seen it done. But I'm really excited about where it could go as my students are learning what to expect from me and what I expect from them. So yeah, I'm seeing the way I do things pay off, and I'm really excited about that. Hopefully you guys will get to see a little bit of that later on in the year as we really start to smooth things out and things start to flow. But yeah, that's my September update. Please send any questions or things you want to know about life in Alaska, and I will definitely um, do a video later in the year specifically about your questions and things that you want to focus on, because I can get footage of the area and answer questions specifically about life here or how to travel here. I am getting ready to purchase some tickets for my Christmas break now, and I'm very excited because I'm thinking of going to British Columbia, thinking of going to Montreal, or maybe a couple of other places a little bit closer in Canada if they'll let us back in. God only knows if they'll let Americans visit, but yeah, that's on my mind. So let me know what you want to know. Let me know how you're doing. And hopefully, we'll be able to talk soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye.